Guys, it's wonderful to see you. It's my last panel today. Oh, my friend fans. Thank you, Chicago. I've been here so many times, maybe over 10 times in my years in America, and I love this city, so thank you for being amazing. You guys are awesome. Thank you. I don't know scores. Okay, you guys, you ready? Yeah. All right, let's get our guests up on stage. Let's just start clapping, just normal claps. Let's go. 50% louder. 60% louder. Guests on stage. Robert, Abby, come on, Robert. Robert, come on. Let's go.
There's a sit. Thank God.
Welcome to my living room. Hi. Hi, it's nice to see you guys. One more time.
We, Claire.
It's the Goonies.
Goody goo goo! Goody goo goo!
You should give a shout out to the Fratellis too.
Fratellis!
Equal opportunity, you know?
I apologize. Thank you for being in Chicago. Sean will be getting sick of me at this point. I'm
Claire,
sorry.
we love you.
I love you guys too. I love you guys.
Including me.
Aw.
Especially me.
I have been doing a lot of panels where we're looking back the way constantly, which is making me feel rather old. Every single panel, I'm like, what was I doing 25, 30 years ago? For the Goonies, such a special film for a lot of people growing up. Did that affect the way that you went on to do the work as actors, like knowing that, this is affecting people and quite especially the film itself? Did it affect your other jobs going forward?
There's so many. Pick someone. I think Martha should answer this.
Okay, you're in the hot seat.
No, Martha says no.
No, I mean, it's extraordinary how the film has, captured so many generations of imaginations and fans and over the years, and it's really kind of amazing I don't know, the staying power of this story and these characters and all of it. I wouldn't necessarily say it's affected the way I do my work, although I know we all really learned a lot on that film, and definitely learned a tremendous amount, not just from working with Dick Donner, but also working with Steven Spielberg a little bit on second unit stuff that he worked on, which was very cool. I learned a lot about special effects and a lot about, sets and set building, and I mean, it was an extraordinary once-in-a-lifetime experience that will never be replicated. So, that experience really was very profound and really fun, and certainly it didn't quite change my life overnight at all, but because the film was, it did well, but it wasn't a massive success in the theaters the way it became over the years with, cable and video and Blockbuster and all that. That was sort of, it came out right when that stuff was all really rising and people could, watch it at home over and over and over and over again. And that really, and so over the years, it's been an extraordinarily incredible thing to see, to still have this film be such an indelible part of people's lives, and even little kids now, who weren't even born. So yeah.
For the little kids, Blockbuster.
What is a video, guys? Do we know what that means?
quite a few panels, there's a lot of, chat, I think, generally about the sort of negative parts of the industry because it's changing so rapidly right now with all of the things happening. But I still see people going to theatres and having a good time. That doesn't change. The magic of cinema, do you think it's coming back or did it ever go away? I always hear different things.
It's always just a lot of hype, I think, At the end of the day, I think the studios get nervous, the unions get nervous, everybody gets nervous, right? Especially with the strikes, around the strikes and stuff like that. It's like, oh my God, that's the end, that's gonna be the end of it, nobody's ever gonna go to the movies again. But I agree, I don't think it is ever going to end. I think that, the experience of movie going is a unifying social experiment that people must and can't resist having once in a while. Even if you don't do it regularly, even if it's not a normal every weekend thing, I think it's something that brings people together, it bonds people together, and it's a way for people to rejoice together and share emotions and evoke something. Even going to a concert, you get that experience, but in a movie takes you on somebody else's story, somebody else's journey, and you get lost in it. I think people really enjoy, like when you watch a comedy, you want to hear the rest of the people laughing, that makes it better, it makes it funnier when you get to, get everybody else's reactions. And I guess you could say, well, that's because I don't have any original thoughts. So I can only laugh if other people are laughing, that's what I would tell myself. But it's not true, of course. It's just that we like to hear other people laugh because it reminds us that, well, it is funny and I'm right about that. So that's about it. But anyway, there you go.
But I also think that that's a very good point. And I also think that a lot of the people who are running studios now are not necessarily people who have a background in storytelling. They're tech bros, and they're money people. And they're not people who have a background or a history the way a lot of studios used to be run by people who would work their way up through the ranks. But now studios are run by people who bought the studio, and that's a big difference. And they're, I think, coming to realize, albeit late in the game, but better late than never, that the essential, what Corey's talking about, is never gonna go away. I think people always will want to go to films and be taken out of their own lives, out of their own daily drudgery, to sit in the theater and look at a big, huge, beautiful image and be carried away. And human beings are storytellers naturally, and we're always going to want that. And I think these money people who are running things now have got another thing coming.
Thinking about the communal experience and the magic of theatre. For some people, it might have been the Goonies, that might have been your first film that you saw. Mine was Superman: A Quest for Peace.
Is that the most recent one?
Definitely not. For you guys, what was one of your first movie-going experiences that you remember as a wee kid and you thought, oh, I love this? What about you guys? My first. We can't hear you. Sorry.
That's because you're old.
Let's get my heart out.
What was your favorite first movie that made you love movies?
Right? That's the first movie-going experience that made you,
I don't know.
You can't remember the first movie you went to?
Not that I love.
That's a good, yeah.
You don't remember the first time you got excited in a movie theater?
That sounds different. That's a different question.
That's a different kind of movie theater. Different kind of movie theater.
Dobby, you don't remember the first movie?
Yes, I do. My family were Italian immigrants, and in the early 50s, we would go to the, what's wrong with that? Why do you have to criticize me all the time?
No, I just hear you gonna say.
I'm not going to say.
Corey's always
They were
been-
Italian immigrants, and the first films I went to see were the Fellini, De Sica films of the early 50s. They were the Italian neorealists. And there were stories that I say, as everyone said, about what the fascination of movies is that it's said to forge in the smithy of my soul the uncreated conscience of my race. And films, since the beginning of time, and the ancient Greeks' storytelling has been
Oh, for
perfected.
Christ's sake.
Joey, let it
Now the bastard woke up. Right, how do you say the bastard finally woke up in sign language? Okay? See, he falls asleep, but when I talk, he wakes up to step on my shit.
Joey,
He goes to this shit!
So anyway, you Italian film, the Italian, and I love.
Yeah, okay, next question. Come on, I thought you said you did this for a living.
Joey, he's talking
No,
about the
let's
first
go.
time AMC was in the ancient Greek theater.
Thank you. That's right.
And Roberts and the Greek family were there.
What?
They were at the ancient Greek theater at the Pantheon. Your
Yes.
family, the Davis, then they were called the Sakanafis. But we know that on the island, they came from Sakadafi to Davis.
He's always had a mental illness. He lectures on and he does very well with lecturing on mental illness, and I had to put up with it 6 months in Goonies, let me tell you something. At the height of his mental illness.
And we had the pleasure of watching that every day.
They did.
I remember my dad, who was a director, took me to the Directors Guild Theater, which is like this perfect, pristine cinema experience, and he took me to see E.T. And that was the first time I ever cried, when that little E.T. was in the ravine. I was very sad, yeah.
I was about 6 years old, and I had a babysitter who took me to see Saturday Night Fever. And then she took me again. And that was, I think that's actually the first, like, grown-up movie, I guess, that I saw when I was a kid. And that definitely left an impression.
I was with you on that, Martha. I actually think that might have been one of my first two. It was either Grease or Saturday Night Fever, but, well, Saturday Night Fever was
came
first.
much earlier.
Yeah, so I would have done that first. And then Star Wars. I remember seeing Star
Star
Wars.
Wars.
At the drive-in, by the
I'm
way.
gonna say the drive-in.
Yeah.
Like one of the ant movies, one of the big killer ant movies we saw at the drive-in.
Oh, really?
I
No, for me it
can't
was Star Wars at the drive-in, and I remember, like, actually, you guys are gonna hate me if you're a Star Wars fan. I love Star Wars now, but at the time I remember thinking, what is this? This is really slow and boring, and I just remember, yeah, the little
You can't
Jawa
hear the John Williams score through the little radio.
No, the Jawa people were like so weird to me. I was like, what is this? And I fell asleep. Halfway through Star Wars. That was my first experience.
I fell asleep in Top Gun.
Ouch! You heard it, the president is sad, ladies and gentlemen. Fell asleep during Top Gun.
No, not the recent one. The
Oh,
one
no,
in
of course not.
1940 or whatever it was.
Carrie, what was your...
I don't really remember the first movie, but I do know that when Grease came out, I went with my friends, I think 10 times. Because you couldn't replay it. You had to go each time, and then we tried to remember the dances and the music and everything. We'd go back and then learn one more part of the dance. That was so much fun, and John Travolta and the new John.
I have to say, talking about Grease and Saturday Night Fever, I just did a film with John Travolta by the man who wrote Green Book called That's Amore, a musical that John sings and dances and I sing it.
Nice.
That's Amore.
Can't wait to see John back on the dance floor one more time.
It's incredible.
Yeah, is he? Is he
Oh,
doing
yeah.
good?
And
I
the nice
remember
people-
now.
I know, I love him. He's a
My
great guy.
favorite movie.
Great guy.
He remembers.
My favorite movie experience I remember now.
Yeah, he does that. He waits till everybody stalls, and then he tries to top it
It
later
was
on.
West Side Story. And I saw it 19 times. My cousin Patty DeRiso saw it 22 times. When I finally had the pleasure of working with Natalie Wood, Robert Wagner and Natalie invited my wife and I over to their house, and at 2 in the morning, we called my cousin Patty DeRiso in New Jersey, and Natalie, his wife answered, and Natalie, in a very seductive voice, said, "Is Pat there?" And she was like, and cousin Patty was like, "Who is this?" And she said, "It's Natalie Wood." He said, "Get the fuck out of here." And then Wagner got on the phone with them, and it was an amazing experience for me to share that with my cousin.
My dad worked with John Travolta when he was Vinnie Barbarino in Welcome Back, Kotter. My dad was a museum curator, and then he was in West Side Story playing the teacher, boys and girls, boy, it couldn't hurt, right? Yeah. So
Boys on this side.
yeah.
Wait, was John Travolta in West Side Story?
He was not.
Oh, okay. His dad was?
He was.
No, your dad was.
My dad was in West Side Story, but
I didn't know that.
he also worked with Vinnie. Remember Vinnie Barbarino?
Of course.
Yeah. I'm so confused. It's like amazing and stuff.
Pretty good.
You guys are so cool. I saw Superman 4, as I said, Quest for Peace, and I wet my pants and I had to go them early because I was too scared. And that was my first cinema experience. That was just a wee thing. Before we go to fan questions, we have a mic set up there. We're going to ask a few questions. You know, we reminisce a lot, but I want to find out how you're all doing right now. Like, you know, I know Martha, you're living in London.
Yeah.
I lived there for 20 years. Are you loving it?
Yeah, and your accent is Scottish. Are you Glasgow?
Yes, you're the first person that's ever got it.
Yeah.
Glaswegian.
Glaswegian, yeah.
Ouija.
Yeah.
Ouija.
You know, I'm living in London, but you know, I haven't actually been there much this year. Fortunately, I've been working a lot, which I'm grateful for. But I also have a home in Los Angeles where my nephew is and my sister. But yeah, I do. London, I make my home now, which is great. Shot a movie in Lisbon earlier this year, which was awesome. A film with Sydney Sweeney. It's an Edith Wharton novel adaptation, Custom of the Country, that we shot there. And then I did a couple episodes of Murder Bot. Do you guys know that show? It's an awesome show. And did that in Madrid. And then in Tulsa, I went and shot this new season of The Lowdown, you know, Sterling Harjo's show. He did Reservation Dogs, and this is the show with Ethan Hawke, and that's going to be awesome. And now I'm in Philly shooting season 2 of Task, the HBO show, which is really exciting, and it's going really well. So I'm very fortunate. It's been a good year, and I'm working hard. Hopefully, you know, you guys all see that stuff and enjoy it.
How's life?
Me?
Yeah.
Life is great, you know.
It's great.
I went to the Tulsa King season 4 that comes out at the end of September, October with Stallone. Great show and a really despicable character. Wait till you see this guy.
What a surprise.
No redemption. No, as a matter of fact, in the first episode, I behead someone that looks like Joey Pants. And you'll be able to watch that on
Wouldn't be
screen.
the first time.
And then I did the Travolta film, and then I have a film called Bad News on the Doorstep with Chaz Palminteri and myself. Are in it, but our 2 sons, my son Nick Dobby and Dante Palminteri, are the stars. And Sylvester's daughter is in it, Sistine.
Nepotism.
Great. No, there was no nepotism. Those kids got the
Your
parts
kid,
before us.
I'm talking about your kid got you a fucking part.
That's right. He's absolutely right on that. He's a great actor, both of them, Dante and Nick. And then I toured the world singing. Now, you know me as an opera singer from Goonies, but I do the Sinatra songbook.
You know, if Dick Donner was here right now, he would say, cut it down, it's only a 2-hour movie.
Notice, everyone could talk for 40 minutes. He doesn't say a fucking word. I open my mouth and he steps on the neck.
Not true.
Every single time. Every single time. Let me finish. And then it's not that. It's true. The people are watching you. So real quick, check my music out. Dobby sings Sinatra on YouTube and on Amazon and iTunes. My album with the number 6.
He is a great singer, I gotta say. I've seen his show, I've gone and seen him when he does the Sinatra number. It's unbelievable. It's true. Give him some freaking credit, Joey. For God's sakes.
Jealous bastard.
The sequel starts out with the 2 of them.
Yeah, we're in
It's the
the
truth.
cemetery exhuming our mother's body to get the map.
This is the easiest last panel of the weekend ever. Like, oh, brilliant. What about you, Corey, Kerry, Joe? How's life? Like, what are you doing?
Well, I'm blacklisted, so I don't do any of those things. I make music. My singles have been doing very, very well. I'm very grateful.
Terrific. We got to make this about music too.
My second to last single, What Am I Here For, is like, I don't know, it's doing crazy numbers on Spotify, like 1,500 every single day for like 2 months straight, which is nuts. So I'm very grateful for that. Grateful for all the love. We don't know exactly what our schedule is going to be, but we're trying to get this album finished. I think it'll be my last solo album, at least for a while, but I eventually want to make my way back to my band Truth Movement, but I'm going to try and get this last solo album finished. We've got some great stuff, a new song with Fred Durst, which is incredible, it's so good. And yeah, and people have been loving the rock edge, so we're really excited about that. We're gonna probably do some touring next year. I'm working on a film which is kind of a bio-film. It might be a series, I don't know, but it's gonna be the real story about what it's like to make music and being, I guess, making music and touring and stuff. So we're working on something like that. And I think that's about it.
Thanks. Thank you.
I'm mostly behind the camera these days, and I'm going to stay on the Goonies topic because I am an editor, and one of the projects that I worked on is a 6-part house renovation documentary for the house in Astoria. The new owners did a $4 million renovation to make it exactly the way the house was in the movie. Everything from the crumbs on the table, the coffee table with chunks,
The Doritos,
and
yeah.
chips, to the statue with a movable part that throw away. They made the Rube Goldberg thing actually work, because in the movie they just had to shoot it in pieces. This they got some guys and it actually works. They even have like Mikey's rain jacket hanging in the bedroom.
It's amazing.
Down.
You guys have got to go see this tour.
So we
It's so
just
amazing.
so I was one of the editors on that.
Who's the editor for this making of documentary?
And it will, and right now they're figuring out where
What's
to
his name?
play.
Beeman? His wife? What are they?
Yeah, Beeman.
Yeah.
Beeman Zakari.
Yeah.
Beeman and
Zakari.
Zacardi.
Zachary.
Zakari, not D. That would be
Beeman and
Zakari.
Liz Zachary are the owners.
Zakari.
Zakari.
Yeah. But no, great guys. You're really nice guys.
So I'm mostly behind the camera.
Before, like, people wanted to access the Goonies house, and like the owners were really like kind of not too happy about it. They were kind of cranky. So it was a problem for fans because they could never get access, and they closed off the roads. Totally done. All of that is over with. They are now going to find a way to commission it and make tours out of it and all kinds of cool stuff. So
I just want to say, so the lady who owned the home for the longest time would let people come into her house and get married and like have ceremonies.
right, but that was the first owner.
No, the problem was that then people would come and they'd leave their beer bottles and their cigarettes, and they were really disrespectful. So she ended up putting a tarp over the house so that people wouldn't do that. And to me, it's actually like really on brand for the movie and the story that like, you know, Bayman comes in, he and his wife come in, and they save the house, but they save it from people who don't really, you know, when I was there, people come from all over the world to see the Goonies house. It's this pilgrimage that happened, and it's a beautiful thing. So the fact that they've like made it so everyone can extend that magic of that experience is really beautiful. I just don't want to, you know, I just want to know that I just feel badly for this lady who was so generous and ended up kind of in a tough spot. But the important part of this story is that because I love Carrie so much, she left extra close-ups of me in the documentary.
Is that true?
Sean knew I was editing, and so when he was doing his interview, he would go off on tangents and be like, and then Carrie did this, and then Carrie said that I got the footage, and he was making jokes. It was fun. It was a little fun.
They also have the replica of the jail I escaped from with the hanging effigy. You think I'd be stupid enough to kill myself?
Joe, what are you up to at the moment? Like, how's life, Joe? What are you up to?
It's pretty good. I got pretty good. I've got, you know, too much to talk about. But you can follow me on Real Joey Pants, where I really show up. And I've got a movie, a Christmas movie with David Harbour coming out December 4th. It's called Violent Nights 2. And a bunch of other stuff. It's, you know, I'm going to be 75 in September, and I can't believe that I'm supposed to make a living doing this stupid stuff.
I'm the younger brother.
Well, you can tell because he's still got his hair.
Take his hat off, schmuck.
Sean, you're busy.
Oh boy, did I start one there.
No, you didn't.
President of SAG-AFTRA over here.
Yeah,
please.
yeah, President of the Union. It's a 2-year term, and I'm just in about a year, so I can't believe how quickly it's gone. Been very, very busy interacting with so many members and with the studios and networks and streamers, and we don't just negotiate the one big contract. We have about 150 contracts, so it's just constantly going. And there's, you know, if it's not one thing, you know, testifying in Congress about AI protections and going to the AFL-CIO and getting voted into their executive council, and it's, you know, it's for a kid who like always grew up thinking about politics and government and public policy and stuff. It's like I won the lottery. And I've got my wife and 3 daughters, and Allie's here back there somewhere. And they're
Beautiful daughter he has.
Thank you. Yeah, we let her out now, so. But they all are like that, and each one, Allie's getting her PhD, and the middle one's getting her master's, and the little one's finishing up her undergraduate degree. So my wife and I just look around like, okay, guess we did that. And working little independent films here and there, and giving speeches, mental health speeches, and yeah, like that. Trying to talk to Carrie and give me close-ups. That's all.
Let's get to Fanfish. Round of applause for the first part of this panel. Just a disclaimer, we're not going to get through all of you, but please keep it to one question each if you can. Hello, my dear, what's your name?
Hi, my name's Mackenzie, and my question is, what was your favorite line to say in Goonies?
Who wants to take that favorite line? Goonies. Who wants to take
My line, but do you want us to say our own personal lines, or?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. I think I really like the "My Wish, My Dream" bit. I mean, I know that resonated with a lot of people, and even if I didn't really get it when I was 12, I get it now. So I think a lot of people do, right? You guys like that?
Yeah, I'll say one that was an ad lib. That's when it's not in the script, you just make it up. When the Fratellis shoot at us, I yell out, "Holy Mackenzie!" My little brother's name is Mackenzie, and I always try to work his name into every movie. So, yeah.
My favorite one was when the boys were looking down at the old abandoned restaurant, and Key goes, and they're bringing out the trash bags, and Key goes, I'm wondering, what is in the bags? That's my favorite line.
What about your line? What's your favorite line?
That's my favorite line.
From you.
Oh, a Steph line.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I don't know. I don't know.
Thank you, my dear. Thank you so much. Hello there. Hi. Oh, who's asking?
So he's a little too shy, but he loves me. Thank you very much for all the memories you've given me and my siblings over the years, and now my 11 and 13-year-old. You guys are just incredible. Sean, I've spent my whole life wanting to be you. Corey, I've spent my whole life wanting to be as funny as you. Carrie and Martha, I've had crushes on you since I was a teenager. Thank you, Corey and Sean, for your advocacy. I'm a proud union firefighter, so thank you for that. My little guy Jeff was wondering, all the years there's rumors about a sequel for 40 years now. Any favorite ideas or pitches you've heard over the years? Your movie's perfect, there's no need for a sequel, but he was curious. Thank you.
I mean, I think right now there's probably the best idea for a sequel because it's being written. So, but we don't know what it is. We haven't read it, but hopefully it's good.
My favorite, thank you for all you said, by the way, and thank you to your little guys. There was, Corey and I had a pitch at one point. We put together a little treatment for it, and the thing, what I liked was that they would go back in time and Mike, you would get to meet One-Eyed Willie, like.
Yeah, it was so cool. We made a really good story. If we did, it would have been, you guys would have loved it, but it would have cost like $100 million. It was really good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Hello, my friend. What's your name? Right into the mic so we can hear you.
Hi, my name is Noah. My question is, what was your guys' favorite scene to film in the movie?
Who wants to take that?
It was such a hard scene to do, but I think my favorite, or the one that was sort of the most, the one that was, the two that were most exciting were the sequence of going down the water slide, which was a blast, and then the one where Carrie's trying to play the skeleton piano, because it was so complicated, and the floor dropped out from under us, and then we had like green screen underneath, and we were all sort of jammed in together there, and yeah, those were the scenes that were my favorites, like the ones that had like weird, complicated set things and stuff like that.
The first kissing scene.
That was my favorite too.
Thank you, friend. Hello, my dear. What's your name? Right into the mic.
Hi, I'm Sue. Corey will be talking about Star Wars later. That's a whole problem. Sean, at one of your other panels, you talked about just being kids on set and how the director just allowed you to be kids. And I wondered if you just had, each of you had a memory of just being a kid on this wonderful, amazing set that's brought us all so much joy.
Yeah, thank you for that. Yeah, no, I was basically saying that at that moment in time, that moment in movie development, movie history, or whatever, those two guys, Spielberg and Dick Donner, were able to have a mentality of play, where it wasn't a fake mentality. They would literally kind of anything would go, and they could let the kids all talk at the same time, and it definitely felt. I think it's what made that movie special. And I was saying the other night that I think the reason there hasn't been a sequel yet with Steven Spielberg, who is the decider on whether or not there gets to be a sequel, is how can you capture that magic when it was so natural and organic? And now, if there's a $50 or $100 million movie, everybody's kind of intense about it, and everyone's going to think about what the audience wants, and are you? When at that time it was like, whatever.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Hello, my friend. Coming up here. I'm gonna count down. You got it? Thanks. All right.
Okay.
What's your name, my friend?
My name is Katie. Hi, Corey. I actually need to say hi. Where there's a will, there's a way. But okay, so
What?
where there's a will, there's a way.
That's right. That's right. God bless.
Okay, so one, I want to thank all y'all because most of you guys are like 90% of my childhood because I watched the movie when I was like
So
6.
close to 100%.
Right. Well, I mean, I watched the Goonies when I was 6, so if that says anything. Hope I make y'all feel old. But my question is, was there any fun bloopers or just like fun pranks that you guys did on each other during
Well,
that?
I was gonna say when from the other question, what the most fun as a kid was for me personally, the most fun moment I think outside of meeting Michael Jackson on the entire Goonies movie was the day that Harrison Ford came to the set. Because we were all told when we got the movie, like, this is gonna be like Indiana Jones for kids, right? We all got that idea in our minds. So to actually see Indiana Jones on our sets and I got to do the tour with him and Steven and Key, and we all walked him through all the caves and all the booby traps and all this, and it was like, is this really happening? We actually have Indiana Jones in our caves. I mean, that was, to me, like, you couldn't beat it. You couldn't beat it.
Thank you. Thank you very much for your question. Thank you. we're running out of time, so I'm going to say that this will be the last question. I'm so sorry. Hello, my friend. Come right up to the mic. I know, I'm sorry. So come up to the mic, my love. Right to the mic. What's your name?
Hello, my name is Asher. I wouldn't really know about this movie if it wasn't for my mom. Yeah, so I'm glad.
Where is your mom? Raise your hand, Mom.
She's right over there.
Hey, Mom.
Mom's over there, and Asher. Got it.
Yeah. So, yeah, this movie is, like, one of my favorites now. And, yeah.
Wait, what's your question, buddy?
What's some others?
My question is mainly for the Tellies, but, like, if
Very smart.
the Hideout was actually still a restaurant, what would you serve?
That's a good kid!
Asher
That's a smart kid right there!
Asher coming on strong at the end.
We would serve cum parmesan.
Thanks, mate. Dying for my job up here, little man. Love it.
Speaking of that, as you talked about, I just want to throw this in, your favorite lines. Recently, Joe Rogan on his podcast had a guy asking him, what did Jake Fratelli say in Italian to the Goonies kids? And that was a thing, and the line was, Chi cazzo questo sono? Who are these little shits? And then I say, come on, get rid of these bastards. All in Italian.
Let's have a round of applause for the fans and the fan questions.
That was awesome.
This is my first ever Goonies panel, believe it or not. And
You barely survived, but you made it.
made it. We made it. All I have to do is get on the plane home now. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Corey.
Yes, well done.
Thank you.
Yes.
You guys are absolutely wonderful. It has been wonderful sharing the stage with you. It also was a part of my childhood, and on behalf of everyone here, thanks for bringing some joy to our lives. It's much needed.